And this kid's going to be a great one, Boom.
It's 7-3, the Bears, and Paul Edger. No! Field goal blocked by Sean Rogers. Bracey Walker's going to pick it up, and the 11-year veteran's got a convoy. Look downfield, the second-round pick for the Detroit Lions is Teddy Lehman. You know he likes the stick. The young man from Oklahoma makes the block. He could go all the way, 92 yards, and the Lions are leading 10-7
on the Detroit special teams. This time, Eddie Janitor in a Drummond. Got behind the wall, kicker with no angle, and he could go all the way. Nice block down to Springer for the last 10 yards. Detroit special teams, youthful exuberance and paying off there this year. Now it's 17-0 and Tim Dwight back. And you think he's fast, Tom? And then he could go all the way. 87 yards. Chargers on the board at 17-7. But it's 20.
First touchdown as a Patriot. Bills special teams, but for a different reason. Terrence McGee makes one move, and I don't think Adam Vinatieri, game as he is, and his great-great-great-great-grandfather, member of Custer's crew, not going to work. 98 yards, we're tied at 10. Second.
None bowed. Later in the second, Chiefs punt and B.J. Sams. This is going to be the first punt return for touchdown in the NFL this year. 58 yards. First one the Ravens have scored since November of 2002. They get the extra point. This game is tied at 17 at the half, despite Dick Vermeil's Chiefs absolutely
dog player. Still third punt, B.J. Sams. You see it? He fakes there to Deion Sanders on the punt return. All the white shirts went after him.
He freaked him with the okie doke.
And then he went okie doke. Had a punt return last week, got another one this time. 78 yards, Ravens now leading 40.
Atlanta's only touchdown came on special teams. Allen Rossum returned the punt 75 yards to get the score to 35-10. But that was the high point for Atlanta.
Got a nice easy glide, covers a lot of ground.
And then how about this? Bills special teams. Terrence McGee. You name McGahee, McGee, he could go all the way. 87 yards, 17-7, Buffalo.
Tom, more special teams. How many guys? Do you think 5 guys are going to block that punt? Taylor Jacobs did it. Walt Harris, touchdown. Skins special teams. They lead 17.
Opening kickoff, Richard Alston was saucy. He was also selling cars a week ago. He was not playing NFL football. Just signed this week. He was cut in minicamp, training camp, and my man was gone. 93-yard touchdown. First Browns opening kickoff touchdown return in 14 years. Second quarter, 10-9 Browns. Deion Sanders will leave the game with an injured toe. Ooh, my toe.
Let's go back to the game. That was impressive. This is spectacular. Minnesota's Nate Burleson. It's a top play nominee, a 91-yard return for a touchdown, the third longest punt return in Monday Night Football history. And it got the Vikings back in this game. Take another look. Burleson just got it across the goal line. Heads-up play. Two-point try was good. We were tied at 14.
And 7-0 Jaguars. Done. The fourth quarter to score 17-0. The game over until Eddie Janitor in a Drummond picks up the ball that's not yet down by Jacksonville. And Drummond, who had a kickoff return early this year, makes the move on the punter Hansen. Touchdown. Special teams getting the Lions back in it. Now that's one play in the fourth quarter. This is a minute to go. 17-10 Drummond. The whole world knows what he's trying to do. Look at him beat the wall. Look at him get a block. Look at him on the sideline. Don't tell me he's going to do it again. Could go all the way. Only 11 times NFL history to punt.
Trailing 23-0 in the fourth quarter, the Bills briefly grabbed the momentum when Jonathan Smith fielded a punt and raced 70 yards for a touchdown.
Central, Tom, they make big play on defense and special teams. Well, smell it again. R.W. McQuarters, 7-7 game. Up the sideline. Look at him run. He's not a quarter. He's not a dollar. He's not a $10. He's a $100 bill. Making change. 75 yards. Touchdown. 14-7 Chicago. Now we're 17. Later third. Landetta putting. Nate Clements, the starting corner. Pretty good kick. Clements at his own 14. Whoop! Then up the far sideline, gets a block, and I don't think Landetta's going to catch him here. He could go all the way. Bills special teams. 86 yards, 31-17 Bills.
Teams are within one game. That includes Eddie Drummond and the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. So why would we show Drummond? Well, 2 punt returns in the fourth quarter last week. Opening kickoff, and he could go all the way. Jose Cortez, number 1. I don't think he's going to get. Are you kidding me? He returned. My goodness, he is now tied NFL record.
Then Hall says, you know what, give me another chance. Put me in, coach. I can play center field. I don't think Nate Katie's going to get him. This time he really could go all the way. Dante Hall, 96 yards, 2-point conversion, good. 31-24 Chiefs.
The Emperor, it didn't work there. Terry Robisky, interim head coach in the NFL, second time in his career, but how does the game begin? With Hanukkah just around the bend, Temple Bethel Johnson could go all the way. Oh my God, it's 7-0. The Patriots right out of the gate. So we saw 2 opening kicks.
Because nobody does it quite as good as the Colts.
Meanwhile, Gary Anderson field goal blocked this time, and it's now Colts special teams. Rob Morris rumbling 68 yards. And so the Colts special teams get him the lead.
They'd be 6-6. Bills special team. Opening kickoff. 4 yards deep is Terrence McGee. And look at this. Makes the cut. And he could go all the way for the Bills' 5th team record, 5th kick and punt return touchdown this season.
Bills special team.
Yeah.
Year long. Third quarter, 24-0. Derek Ward provides Giants fans with a smile. Whoop! Makes a move. He could go all the way. 92 yards, 24-7. But enough with the comebacks.
Thing but Willie Ponder, the chosen one in the opening seconds for the Giants. Ponder, the last time the Giants returned an opening kickoff for a touchdown in a regular season game, that would be 1966. Giants get on the board, electrify the Meadowlands, and Eli Manning is pumped for that reason. He's
Scored on offense. Now, Bills special teams. Boom! Jason Peters with the block, the recovery, and the touchdown.
It's a triple play. It's a triple play for any lineman.
The Bills.
NFC West, where Denver was in Kansas City. And at Arrowhead, they've seen this before. Dante Hall, opening kickoff. Bounces to the hash mark. Gets by a Bronco. And guess what? He could go all the way. 9 in his career, 97 yards, 7 of the Chiefs.
John Gruden's Buccaneers at 5-8 against the Saints 5-8. They're both alive. And on the opening kickoff, typical Saints. They botched the kickoff. They're going to be in big trouble because, well, wait a minute, maybe I spoke too soon. Aaron Stecker could go all the way. A disaster turns into a 98-yard touchdown right out of the gates. 7-0.
Thinks the other quarterback not quite under that kind of pressure, and Joey Galloway, what a day.
Look at this. Joey Galloway over his own man makes the cut. Galloway at the 15. He's in. 59-yard punt return. Galloway.
2 seasons, Riggins and George Rogers with 13. 31-16 Chargers. Maybe the play of the game. Dominic Rose takes the kickoff early 4th, and he could tightrope all the way. 88 yards, so a 15-point deficit is now 8 because of Rhodes. Once every couple of games, it's the beer man, Michael Lewis. Gets some blocking, scoots outside, and he could go all the way. Kegs for everybody. 96-yard touchdown. How about the block?
Yeah, look at Michael Lewis. Look at the hole that's just inside, but being the return man he is, great instincts, gets to the outside, gets to the sideline, destroys every angle, runs for the score.
And the Saints win at 20. Fine defensive end. Jets had to sit it out. But the play that might have turned it around for the Jets, Jericho Cotchery in the rye, could go all the way. BJ O.J. Askew, a great block on Wilkins there. And the sideline of the Jets say, we're back in this. And indeed, 167 today, 27-7, the Ravens. One of our favorite stories this year is young Wes Welker for Miami. Look at him make the move. And he could go all the way. Look at him outrun the 4 Ravens. Remember, he was the young man against New England that kicked.
190 yards in the first half, just before half. Special teams dandy for the Falcons. Allen Rossum fielded, faked like he may throw it to his wingman, and then he throws it into 5th gear. Rams special teams near the bottom in the league. It shows first punt return touchdown in Falcons postseason history, 68 yards.
Punts here. The Steelers had allowed only 1 punt return longer than 10 yards in their last 11 games. But look at Santana Moscow, turns on the speed, gone. First punt return for a TD in Jets postseason history. 75 yards right here. 3 Steelers run right by Moss, and he is history. 10-10 football game. Meanwhile, Ben Roethlisberger